Hi, business as usual. How to know when change is needed and how to break free from this business as usual routine. Okay, I'm Amy Colgan-Niemeyer, a life coach, a diva coach, and we'll talk about this. Ways you can do this to break out of that maybe ho-hum routine and see if you really need it or if other little tweaks can help instead. Instead of a big life change. At work, you could delegate some of your responsibilities, some tasks that you don't have time for, or you don't like. You could go on sabbatical and see if that helps to rejuvenate your interest in your work when you come back. And you could also see if you could get a new position within the company that you're working for already, or seek out a position in another company that fits you better, that excites you, that interests you. At home, pay attention to your gut. In all of these situations, actually pay attention to your gut and what it's telling you. But communicate. That's a good thing at work too. In any situation, communicate your needs. Communicate when things don't seem right. And see if you can work them out before you make some big changes. Have a family night and discuss issues of the day or of the week. And get things out on the table. If somebody's been nitpicking at another person, if the siblings have been arguing a lot, or if you as a couple have been arguing a lot, get it out on the table. See if you can fix it before it goes, before it gets blown out of proportion and you're faced with a lot of hurt and anger and fear. Redecorate. That's another thing that could help, spruce things up, spice things up at home. And you could move to another house. Maybe your family's kind of ho-hum about the neighborhood, or just the house doesn't maybe fit you anymore. Maybe you've had more kids since then and it's kind of cramped and it's causing more tension. Change your sleep schedule, or start exercising, or change your exercise schedule. And eat better, eat healthier. See if that makes things more comfortable at home, happier at home. Also, you could try a trial separation. Not in an angry way, but in a, let's see how things go when we're away from each other a little bit. It could be a week, it could be a month, it could be 6 months, it could be whatever you decide it to be. Whatever is good for you, whatever you feel is good for you. And maybe you will find that you love being on your own, or maybe you will hate it. You'll think, my goodness, what was I thinking? But this is a time to help you figure that out. In the community as well. Maybe it's the town that you really aren't comfortable with, or the city that you're not comfortable with. In general, you don't get good vibes there anymore. Maybe you need to move, but maybe it wouldn't need to be that drastic. Maybe you look at other things too. You could cut back on your commitments to community. Maybe you're just bogged down with a lot of things and they may not serve you as well or excite you as much as they used to. See if you can find something else, or just cut them back if you feel like you're overstressed and just overburdened with things. You could maybe get involved in your community if you're not already. And pick one thing that you really are interested in, and test the waters with it. You get involved and see how it goes. And then maybe add some more things if you feel comfortable. And see how you could maybe get services of your own. Volunteering, you can serve your community. But how can the community serve you? Are there benefits that you aren't taking advantage of that you do qualify for that could maybe ease the burden a bit? And you could have a getaway. Not a moving, but a getaway to just have time to get perspective on things and maybe miss home a little bit more and miss your hometown a little bit more and say, oh yeah, it really was cool there. I really do like living there. After you've gotten away from it a little bit, you realize just how much you do like it. So you could try that. And you could also join boards. If you aren't, this is another thing you could do if you're not involved and you'd like to get involved in your community. Try being on boards of community organizations, different businesses locally. And you could be on committees to make real change so it's a community that you really appreciate and that fits your needs better. You have a say. You're making your voice heard. Friendship. Evaluate your friendships at first off. And if you feel like there's some that you need to give a little bit space, do that. But communicate what you're doing. Communicate what you feel that you need, and let them communicate their own needs and their own views as well. And then maybe step back a bit. You could also do the opposite. You could reunite or reach out to a friend you haven't seen in a while or haven't contacted in a while. Say maybe they live across the country, across the world, whatever. You haven't seen them or talked to them or Skyped with them or anything like that for a while. Reach out to them and see if that changes your attitude about your friendships and your life in general. And surprise a friend with something you know they'll love. It doesn't have to be huge. It doesn't have to be expensive. Just something you know that they would really appreciate, and it comes out of the blue. It's not their birthday. It's not your friendship anniversary or Christmas or anything. It's just a day. And it shows up on their door, or you show up with it on their doorstep, and they're freaking thrilled. See if that will help spark this new, renewed feeling of appreciation and fun, and get it back to the way it used to be, maybe. And also, it's a nice gesture to do that for friends every once in a while, to let them know that no, it doesn't have to be their birthday, it doesn't have to be Christmas, it doesn't have to be any special holiday or occasion for you to be appreciative of them. Okay, other things to consider. It might help you to get clarity by making these changes. Do you miss the person, the activity, the job that you've left, that you've altered a bit? Pay attention to that. It tells you what you really need. Go for your gut reaction. Your gut reaction, your intuitiveness. Use it to let you know, yeah, okay, you make these changes, but how is it feeling? Pay attention to that. Do you not miss the people, the activities, the job? That's telling too. And does this help you to go down another road that you might need to be exploring? It tells you, okay, you've put these things aside, these people on hold a bit. Okay, maybe there's another career out there. Maybe there's another friend that needs you or that you need. And now that you have made that space for those new experiences, those new people, then it might take your life on this whole new awesome direction that you really needed, and you didn't even realize you did, except you were getting these kind of funky feelings about the things that are going on in your life as they were. But that's your inside, that's your intuition, your gut telling you that you need these changes. Or is it too stressful? Does getting some distance and separation make you realize that you made a mistake? That could happen too. It just depends on your situation. But listen to those cues. Listen to those feelings that come up. Those little niggling signs. They could be great, or they could be telling you, oops, not so happy here. So you can adjust. Only you can decide what you need in your life and who you need in your life. What feels right to you. Always, always go for your gut. Go with your gut. Use your intuition. And also use your imagination. Before you even make these changes, make any changes, use your imagination to say, okay, all right, imagine this. I'm giving up this job. What will I do? What'll it look like? Who's there? The bumps and the high spots, and what's great about it, what would be bad about it, what could go wrong, what could go right, and really imagine yourself in that situation. Same thing with letting go of friends or letting go of a spouse, etc. Imagine yourself in that situation. How does it feel? Does it feel right? Does it feel like, wow, cool? This is something that really resonates with me, or is it something like, no, wait a minute, time out. I'm not gonna do this, and so not to make light of it, because some of this is really serious. It could be very serious to you. So, but I'm saying, you might be able to get a better answer if you do use your intuition, you do use that gut feeling, and you do use your imagination to figure these things out before you actually get in there and figure, this is not good, or wow, cool. Well, the wow, cool would be great, but you don't know if that's going to happen or not. So using your imagination first is really cool. It can help you go through those situations in your head and realize well, maybe this isn't for me after all, or yeah, cool, I'm gonna go for it. So you can actually, act it out in a way, act it out in your head first. Does it feel, how does it feel? Does it feel good? Does it not feel good? Okay. Also, what are the potential costs for breaking away, breaking free from your routine, from your business as usual? Okay, you could have regrets, financial issues, loneliness, finding out that grass isn't necessarily greener on the other path that you're exploring, losing dear friends because you decided to take a break and they've gone on with their life, and maybe they're happier in their new found friends, their new life, and you're like, ooh, what did I do? And you also could be losing your security, causing rifts in the family. If you're doing something totally different and the family's freaking out, like, who have you become? Where did the old mom go? Where did the old dad go? Where did the old sister go? Etc. And the stress could also cause illness and lack of sleep. And that lack of sleep could cause illness. So those are some of the things that you need to consider before you break out of this routine that you've been following for a long time. Now, what are the potential benefits? Feeling freer, feeling renewed and refreshed because you're really doing what you want to do. You're going where you want to go. You're doing the job that you have always wanted to do. Well-being is boosted. You have better health, potentially. Seeing and doing new things, and that's always a really good experience, is seeing and doing new things. It just widens your horizons. It opens up your mind to different things and maybe makes you more creative if you're a creative type. Or even if you're not a creative type, maybe it will open up that part of you that you have had laying dormant. Maybe it'll open that up into a whole new experience, a whole new world for you. You'll meet people that you never met before and that can maybe really serve you better than the people that have been in your life forever. You need these shots of adrenaline, so to speak, in your life. They just bring out the best in you. And you find your purpose. And you're able to show up for those that you really care for, that you really care about, because you're not bogged down with the people and the things and the jobs and such that are bringing you down. So you don't have any energy for these people that you really love. This change could help you be more present to the people that really mean a lot to you. And wealth. If you love what you do and you're really good at it, and you've changed your job into this type of job that you really love and you're really good at, then it could help boost your wealth. You could do really well at it and make a big success out of it if you go for it. if you don't stick with that job that's boring, that doesn't serve you anymore, that doesn't excite you, you're in this new job that just makes you come alive. And from that, the wealth comes. Because you're just going so within your comfort zone. And a thing that you really love. You're doing a thing that you really love. So chances are you'll be more successful at it because it really speaks to you. Okay, now the benefits and the costs could overlap because there are a few similarities. I mean, the downers could be that this change in, say, a job could affect your financial situation. It could be a detriment to you because the money's not there. Just because you're doing something you love doesn't mean the money's going to be there. But then on the other side, if you're doing something you love and that you're good at, you could have more money, possibly. So they're very similar. The pros and cons, the benefits and the drawbacks of both. They could be very similar. Just depends on how you're looking at it and what your situation is, and what your attitude is too. So, do your homework, communicate with those around you, do what feels good in your gut, and take chances, not life-threatening chances. That's why you got to prepare, but just these little out of the comfort zone a little bit chances, and see where it goes. And you adjust as needed. See how it goes. Try things out. If they don't work, adjust them. And so hopefully this information has been helpful for you, and that you will be inspired to take a few chances and do the things that you really would like to do. But prepare for it, definitely. You don't want to just go in there cold, because that might help it backfire. But prepare for it, do it, and see where it goes and adjust it. Have you changed your routine and not been just like same old all the time? What was the result? How did it go for you? I'd love to hear your story. And you can email me at amy@acnlifecoach.com with those stories or any questions or comments. Or if you'd like to talk about working with me, I'd be glad to answer any of your questions about that too. And you can also comment below. You take care, have a great week, and I will catch you again next Monday with another YouTube video. Bye-bye.